Hello everyone, welcome to my quick tutorial on how to make a better axe throwing animation for SRPG Studio. The one that comes packaged by default is not very good at all, so I just thought I'd show you guys how to make one look a lot more natural and a lot more punchy, you know? So let's just take a look at the animation right now. This is a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Yeah, so you don't have to be an expert on uh, weapons to know that you don't usually throw an axe straight like an arrow. Even like throwing a javelin or something, there would be some sort of arc. For a better example, let me just bring up this animation I did. This is a custom animation from uh, this class is a promotion of the brigand for my game. This is Cossack. It's gonna probably be something like Boyar at the end, but check out this throwing animation. There's a lot more going on here, and it looks a lot better. I hope you can agree. First of all, there's an arc to the swing. It's spinning around like you would expect an axe to do. When it lands at the end, you can see that it disappears after a second instead of just flying off screen, which is a little better in my opinion. And one more thing, if we look at properties, the frame speed is 3, meaning this frame of animation actually sticks around for about a tenth of a second, or 3 frames in a 30 frames per second game. So these stick around for a short amount of time, but the third frame it has a frame speed of 7, so it sticks around about twice as long as one of these frames, and the effect that creates is he looks like he's holding it back for a second longer, which just adds to it. It creates contrast in the speed of the motion, and whatever you're doing, a drawing, an animation, writing, you want contrast. If everything is the same and homogeneous, it's not very exciting. It's not very good. It's kind of bland. So now that we've seen that one, we can sort of recreate it with our bandit friend here. So he can have a good throwing axe animation finally. Now, he doesn't really have a final wind-up animation. He just sort of wiggles at the start. That could be fixed with an in-between animation between his default and the start of an indirect. But for now, we'll just take the frames that we need. What we'll need is actually, we want 6 frames in between these, so we'll hit 6, hit copy, paste twice, delete this one here, and this should be all we need. And we'll work with the weapon, give it an angle. We want to turn it a bit clockwise, which is increasing the angle. We'll go 20, put it close to his hand so it looks like he just released it. Maybe a bit higher so it fits better with that. Yeah, that's looking good. Now I want it to go upwards, and we want to actually put 360 here. That way we can lower the amount and turn it counterclockwise. We'll go up to the end of this rectangle. So there we go. And this will be the middle one, so we're going to want about 270. And then we'll change it up like this. And that's looking like a good throw. Hanging in the middle of the air for a second. Now, we're going to do this one where the handle is pointing pretty much towards the enemy. A bit further up. Alright, second last frame, we're going to want it to go about here. addition, we're going to want it to be almost straight up. So we'll hit 90. Just slight adjustment. And for the final frame, we're going to want it around here. And then we'll do 90 again, but this time we'll lower the angle and make sure this is fluid. This jumps a bit, so I'm going to bring it back. Let's see how it looks. Alright, it's a bit slow and choppy, so to fix that, let's reduce this to around 4 on each frame. We're going to do it on these frames too. There we go, there we go, there we go. And boom. Let's see now. A lot better, but I do want to adjust the heights just a tad. So we'll move this down. We'll move this down. We'll move this around just a bit, and yes. Looks a lot better already. Alright, now that we have that, we just need to copy the final frame and paste it, then go into properties, remove detect hit on frame. That will make it so it's not multiple hits. And now we're going to lower the opacity. I like to lower it by a factor of 50 each time. We have 55 here. We'll just ignore the extra 5 and make it 200. Then copy it, paste it, 150, and keep going, reducing 50 each time until you hit 0. And now, there we go, not bad. Let's see how it looks in-game. Start the chapter. Just made the short axe throwable here. Alright, so you see there's a bit of a problem where it's a bit too low and a bit far to the right. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take the final frame and I'm going to take, oh, that's the keyframe. We'll try 9, and then for the Y we'll just bring it up like that, and we'll just copy that for each of the final frames. Yes, and the 252. Apply, and let's see if this hits the Guardian a bit better. Hit that yeet. Perfect. That's what we're talking about. It seems to not want to disappear. Let me see. The transition is a bit bugged, but other than that, it's working just fine. So that'll do it. That'll be my tutorial. That's how you create a more natural animation for the axe throwing in SRPG Studio. You can also apply this to like a throwing spear. Like I mentioned before, even a javelin should have some arc. Like not as much as we've done here, but a bit more. Just, you know, play around with animations like these. It can really help improve the feel of your game. Animations are really important in turn-based games like this. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it helped you. So, you know, go out there and create some real good SRPG Studio games. I'll see you next time.